Welcome back, my dear students. In our last class, we had a brief discussion about the play, nature of the play, about the characters, important main characters, and about the events that were unfolding in the play. Mamangi class ta koi na pariba lessons gi drama gi nature magi mong haipetang haigre maru eba characters singi maram haigre aduga tholei ba thodok singi matang haigre. We had Mrs. Slater, Henry, and Victoria. Makoina wari hanrami, makoi grandfather, Mr. Abel Meriwether, Lakey the Bagi Matanga. Houzik, Mamana, Pocheka Lotoningi, Amelia, Mapuba Maki Mapagi, Mapuboki Kadagi. Adu Pocheto Tangdona Baina, Akwegi Matakakri, Lambida, Chakri, Kekele, and Basin Lotona with them. She went up to clear the chairs on the way, and she was trying to take something down before her sister Elizabeth and her husband Ben arrived in the scene. Victoria, what have you got your coat off for, father? Baba, nana coat lo thui dige no. Henry come, your mother and me is going to bring grandfather's bureau down here. Namaga aiga nabuboki the bureau do thang da doi ni beman. Here you may find certain interesting things about the dialogue used in the play. Drama sida scenery ba wahi wata sing sida na koi na kazitang formal lebe English tagi khena ba kra thengna ba go. It's because it is colloquial English, and most probably it's because the dialogues represent the kind of language that is spoken in the outskirts of England, particularly in the Lancashire dialect. Lonsi same language geographical distance, geographical variations, English, English, same language variations, dialects. See, dialect, but still, it's a kind of language spoken in the Lancashire region, particularly in the countryside. Your mother and me is going. Mother and me is. La legan chum tu nugo si grammatical constructions. So Heidi, your mother and me is going to bring grandfather's bureau down here. Namaga iga nabuki uputang dageta wuni be man hai. Victoria, after a moment's thought, are we pinching it before Aunt Elizabeth comes? Baba, akuzibu upuzibu bureau zibu. Aunt Elizabeth Lactrican, Hurali run. Pinching means steal or take something without permission of the owner. Mapuga yabi out and low with the winico. Ababaquize can yaudana Hurali ro and hang. Henry socked Masanapin Hawata with the Tainwite. He says, no, my child, your grandpa gave it to your mother before he died. Nabubok Nana, Pirambani, Mana Hingikanda, seeding it before he died, he gave it to your mother. No, Victoria is a little bit confused. Victoria is confused. This morning, Henry comes the bureau was not given to her mother in the past. So perhaps if it was given, it must have been given only that morning. To the piram do neighbor. Yes, and come. He was drunk this morning. Minus how you know with the and then hush. You mustn't ever say he was drunk now. How's it in a Nangabuk? You now when you take the high of high because it's not nice, and it's not, you see, a good thing to discuss bad things about those people who had already died. Like it missing him around the Patabangang, but Zimbabwe Hoide Patena, Mapana, Haibema no, who's it in a book to you know, we hagan go. He has fastened the frog, Matsani Piggy frog hasn't below there, and Mrs. Slater appears carrying a handsome cloak under her arm. Mrs. Slater namu ghadi purung lai. Haide, I thought I should fetch this down as well. I see muzupura ken khallaba. She puts it on the mantelpiece. Podaga mantelpiece mata thame. Our clock is worth nothing, and this always appealed to me. Koi ghadi to dima manjam deba ko si ghadi ayam pame. I wanted this watch, this clock. Victoria na hai. That's grandpa's clock. That's grandpa's clock. Adudi ibu ki ghadi ni naima. Namana shh. Be quiet. It's ours now. No. It's ours now. Come, Henry. Lift or in. Henry, nangi side gi upudo, bureau do, nang tangalo, dexto. And Victoria, don't breathe a word to your aunt about the clock and the bureau. Victoria, nangne gari ziga bureau zigi maranda, you should not tell anything about the bureau and the clock to your aunt and your uncle Ben. By saying this, they carry the chest of drawers through the doorway. By saying this, they carry the chest of drawers to the doorway. When the father and the mother had taken away the bureau, the daughter asks to herself, Victoria Maton Haizeko, I thought we had pinched them. Aina khanbadadi masi akhui mamana baba akhui na huran manen khalida. Haina matana sonjawi. Then after a pause, there's a soft knock at the front door. Tanzai is the mamang don thile. Amang ton thile. There's a soft knock. Mrs. Slater from upstairs, Mama matakta hereko Amelia. Victoria, if that's your aunt and uncle, you're not to open the door. Victoria, don't open the door if your uncle Ben or Aunt Elizabeth comes. She shouts it from the upstairs. Victoria peeps through the window. Victoria ni yengi ko thongnauda. Hi, mother, it's them. Oh, mom, it's them. They're coming. Uncle and aunt are coming. Laen hai. Mother says, Victoria, Mrs. Slater says, you're not to open the door till I come down. I locked about the go. The knocking is repeated. Let them knock away. There's a heavy bumping noise. We put Tambagi Makol Taiko. Mrs. Slater, mind the wall, Henry. Henry, Paglang do Yonko. Just be careful, Henry. And then Henry and Mrs. Slater, very hot and flushed, stagger in with a pretty old-fashioned bureau containing a locked desk. When it's Angzalai, bureau Pusalai, Manunda Kugi, bureau the sock Kugi locked desk Namiawi. They put it where the chest of drawers was, Hanaliramba chest of drawer, Tanamopam the Tanami, and they straightened the ornaments, etc. Kugi ornaments and latings in Pasamutame as if nothing happened. Originally, Ramadan Tame, the knocking is repeated, Tonkan Tile. Mrs. Slater, Amelia, that was a near thing. That was a near thing means, oh, we just escaped a very embarrassing situation. Ikaiba situation. Situation. Because if they had done it a little later, then Elizabeth and Ben would have noticed what they were doing. So that was a near thing. Open the door, Victoria. Now, Henry, get your coat on. Henry, nang coat to listen lawn. She helps in mateng bang. Kohanas Hagre, Mrs. Slater is na dominating wife ni, aduga Henry is na hand-packed husband ni, aduna thaba matram da pretty salum da dagina coat lo tom da dagina upu thangam da na kadom tom da kudimak sa. She has to instruct everything to her husband, and her husband has to obey her. Mahay Indonesia. Henry hange. Did we knock much the plaster of the wall? The Palangi plaster do a cater but then a quibon. The piece high? No, never mind the plaster. Plaster color. Do I look all right? Aibu, Saxikamite, straightening her hair at the glass. I didn't mix Yelling, at the Masanga Semze, the pig is in the Canon Torozu, Mixel among the left there, the cup of Zulu, put the Mixel left there, the Canon Tozu Mixel among the left there, they go. And she straightens her hair at the glass. Just watch Elizabeth's face when she sees we are in half mourning. Man hai. I need the half mourning dress set like a lady. Had the occasion to get on and I the half black dress set like a lady. Just see Elizabeth's reactions when she sees that we are already in half mourning. And throwing him tidbits on the magazine Kalangi. Magazine the Langi to take this and sit down. Separ Pamoko Mine Padaman instruct away. She instructs her husband to take the magazine and to sit down. Try and look as if we had been waiting for them. Henry sits in the armchair, and Henry Slater left the table. Henry armchair the family, Mrs. Slater left the table the family. They did ostentatiously, just for show. So he like by coupling sangdana. Victoria ushers and band and Mrs. Jordan. Victoria and band and Mrs. Jordan. Mrs. Jordan is a stout, complacent woman with an impassive and irritating air of being always right. Masanoi bi yeng bada penja bi nupi duni pentho adum lei bi duni aduga adum ishau lang bi ain hai bada chummi haba nupi mowong duni adum she is wearing a complete and a deadly outfit of new morning adumadi contrary to what Amelia and Henry had expected. She is wearing a full complete mourning dress, full black dress, crowned by great black head with plumes. Tupi amubu upi, tupi duda kwegi uchek matuga zuteli. Ben is also in complete new mourning. Ben Juni, complete new mourning dress, with black gloves, glopa amubu upai madi, and a band round his head. Bagi tupi duda Ben happy go. He is rather a jolly little man. Midi piktak to wumini mase. Accustomed to be humorous. Pagi to wumini, jolly many humorous ubnupam kani. But at present trying to adapt himself to the regrettable occasion. At present, imung the mili tabiyar banina, of course his father-in-law later banina, he is trying to act in a very serious way. He has a bright, chirpy little voice. Magi konzel do make saying yaduga lively about very cheerful about voice ni magi do. Konzel do yamna taba nungai konzel ni. Ben sailed into the room and solemnly goes straight to Mrs. Slater and kisses her. Just for formality ni lakpagi. Mrs. Slater marks angzali men's sex hands, the men's sex hands, my handshake tone, not a word is spoken. Mrs. Slater furtively inspects the new morning. Tanzasida Mrs. Slater na manaw na pinasele be dressed to. Aduda lona yengi Elizabeth sele be dressed to. Mrs. Jordan, hi. Elizabeth na. Well, Amelia. And so he has gone at last. Amelia, after all, our father has died. Lagi Draco Babado. Amelia no come, yes, he has gone. Chatkre, Lagi Dre. He has died. He was 72 a fortnight last Sunday. Last Sunday he was 72 years old and 15 days. 72 years and 15 days old. Fortnight means a period of 15 days. 72 years. She snips back a tear. Mapiga taitoi mapichinkali. Mrs. Jordan sits on the left of the table. My table left for me. Mrs. Jordan, Elizabeth, and Mrs. Slater on the right lay. Henry in the armchair lay. Ben on the sofa lay with Victoria near him. Ben chirpily. I'm not lively, we won't hurry. Now, Amelia, you mustn't give way. Amelia, we have all got to die sometime or other. Amelia, don't take it very seriously. After all, we are human beings and we will die someday. And he ate something. It might have been worse. Hena pataba situation na mo era masuyay. Haibisida Mrs. Slater can't understand. Mrs. Slater ma haji kaino khang driba ko. Hange I don't see how. Nan hairiba it might have been worse. Hena patabam to omay haisibu kari hai noibu gyan ta tre. Understand ta hai kansida. Ben hai. It might have been one of us. It's a very odd situation. It's good that your father died. He's an old man. If we young people, it might have been a great loss. So it's good that your father died. If it were one of us, if it might have been one of us, then it would be a great loss for us. Very painful loss. It's good that your father died. Henry tries to change the topic. Henry says, it's taken you a long time to get there, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, he has already signed a telegram. They took quite some time to arrive at Amelia's house. Amelia gave the lack of the matam. Henry and I carried the rain. Mrs. Jordan, oh, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. We simply could not arrive here. And there was something that we could not do. Mrs. Slater gets suspicious. Could not do what? Before Elizabeth and Ben arrived there, she took something into her custody. You could not do what? Glancing at her sister, she looks at Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I could not start without getting the mourning. Black dress set laga natragadi lakpangam dabato. Proper dress set tragadi lakpangam dabato. She looks at her sister, indicating that father has died in the family and you are not wearing the proper dress. We could not come here without wearing the complete morning dress. Complete morning dress setragadi lakpa ngamdabadagi wanida na haire. Mrs. Slater a little bit ashamed kitang ikaizay. Haire, we have ordered ours. Ako is a dress ordered tawram ni bema. You may be sure. And acidly a little bit ako gi nungsida na haire ko. I never could fancy buying ready-made things. Ako di ready-made things ako ipot chay hana ready-made tagi laydaga set pa di tan bado na haire. Mrs. Odana, no, for myself it's such a relief to get into the black. No, it's not a matter, it's not a question of ready-made things or not. It's about the occasion, it's about the propriety. Chana badugi wanida. The occasion demands that we should wear proper black dress. So, it's not a question of buying ready-made things or not. As for me, it's such a relief to get into the black. Black dress set pasay yam relief oizabado item nungai zabado. And now perhaps you'll tell us all about it. Parine amutang hayune. What did the doctor say? Doctor ne kari haigeba. What was our father's problem? What did the doctor say? Babagi problem sibu kari no doctor ne kari harangen hange. Mrs. Slater replies, oh, he has not been near yet. No. Doctor ne yeng de hair. Doctor yeng de haikan to the Mrs. Jordan Elizabeth she got surprised. Not been near. Do you mean that no doctor attended father? Baba's doctor yeng de hairon. In the same breath, at the same time, Ben Joyde, did not you send for him at once? Kaino doctor go drive. Don't you send for a doctor at once? Did not you send for a doctor at once? Mrs. Slater replies, of course I did. Doctor go wikino. Do you take me for a fool? I sent Henry at once for Dr. Pringle. I could Dr. Pringle ko chon Henry thabane. But Dr. Pringle was out. Pringle layram dabane. Ben hare. You should have gone for another. Eliza. Mrs. Jordan is hare. Oh yes, it is a fatal mistake. What Ben is saying is that even if Dr. Pringle was absent, you should have gone for another doctor. No doctor ma korong do ni kino doctor yeng de na babalay trehesu kama haino. How can you say that our father is dead without even consulting a doctor? It's not good thing. Mrs. Jordan is Elizabeth na hariko. Yes, it is a very serious mistake. Adu Amelia na explained tori. Dr. Pringle attended him when he was alive and the Pringle shall attain him when he is dead. That is professional etiquette. Babaze, when father was alive, it was Dr. Pringle who attended him, who checked his health regularly. So when he dies, his doctor, our family doctor, Dr. Pringle should attain him. It's a part of professional ethics, professional etiquette. Migi profession, doctor ki medical profession ki tawam to ko ni sidi baba ni kanda Dr. Pringle yang banina leitaba matam dasu Dr. Pringle yang gadawani har pani. Ben, well, you know your own business best. Okay, it's your business. Pare noina ki thabak ti noina na khange bako. But harama sentence loisandre. Elizabeth na makatara, yes, it is a fatal mistake. Noi to isa soi diam soi ko. Mr. Slater na amuk Elizabeth na yam soi bani harak padada. Amelia did not want to take the blame at all. Madi yaningri mahai. Don't talk so silly, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, adumaina apang buwangang ano. What good could a doctor have done? Doctor na bugadong amdino. Doctor ko rekalo kadong amdino. Father is dead. A doctor would be of no use. Elizabeth hai. Look at the many cases of persons being restored to life hours after they were thought to be gone. Amelia, Iche, sister, just remember of the many cases, remember of the many persons who were brought back to life hours after they were thought to be gone. Siri na khaluroba matung da na pung kya lerga mo hinkalaki ba misu myam lebani ko Iche aduju khalu kon hai. Henry di my opinion have a support the whole apate ko the Henry sa law support tori Amelia da. That's when they have been drowned. Adudi ising the tower kan da ising the Iraq norbagi case ki wanida. Yes, of course we have heard of that, but that is the case when people get drowned. Your father was not drowned, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, my father di Iraq na basunata na hai. Benz na matang sa he cuts a joke pagito sala humorously. There was not much fear of that. Nakoy babado iruzaba. Ising the Iraq na rasi but nati have sim teaching ningalite. There was not much fear of that. If there was one thing he could not bear, it was water. No, but Iraq na regadi siram mo. Okay. Mr. Abel would not have died of drowning. If there's one thing he could not bear, mana tolerate to bangam do pot haragadi, it was water. Ising ji khang ba ngam dab ne ba haina dam ne ba adama irulu zadab mi ne ba aduna ma ising Iraq na siram mo hai. Siharugi he laughs, mother no ore, but no one else laughs. Kanam no lotre. Mrs. Jordan Elizabeth gets pain. Mapada insulter ko manu ngong dre napada iru zadabani, nefawada iru zadabani ising Iraq na siroi ma de harik da Elizabeth gets pain. Thawai nungai te mase. Ben and Laurie. Ben is crushed at once. Ben tmile de. Adedi Amelia hare picked a little bit angrily cause how hare. I'm sure he was regular enough. Ibungo babadu chang na dam iru zabni ko. Adedi Elizabeth hare if he did take a drop too much at times. Will not dwell on that now. Babadu you wouldn't thak paniko do. Otherwise this hana roisida. Because, yeah, of course, our father drank a lot. Sometimes he was a heavy drunkard. But we'll not discuss about it now. It's not nice to talk bad things about the father who has just passed away. Amelia and Harry. Father had been married this morning. He went out soon after breakfast to pay his insurance. Breakfast order, he went out to pay his insurance money. Ben Haideko, my word, it's a good thing he did. It's good that he went to pay his premium before dying. Si Drikanda insurance keep up, but Mrs. Jordan Elizabeth, he was always thoughtful in that way. Our father was very thoughtful. He was too honorable to have gone without paying his premium. Pesaga piram dana ba ko migi pesaga tolaga insurance ke pesaga thiram dana due galega sigada baba na ti. He was a very honorable person. He would never have died without paying, without clearing his premium. Adagidi Amelia na hare. Well, he must have gone round to the ring of bells afterwards. Adi matung dima ring of bells salam domale, for he came in as merry as a sandboy. Sandboy, as many as a sandboy is a phrase. He returned home very happily. I says, I says as I've already pointed out, I says is grammatically wrong, but this is colloquial English, spoken English. That also spoken particularly in the Lancashire area. I says we're only waiting for Henry to start dinner. Father, we have been waiting for Henry to start dinner. Dinner, he says, I don't want no dinner. I'm going to bed. Ben's shaking his head. They're us. And when he came in, I found him undressed, sure enough, and snug in bed. When I came in, I found my father-in-law, grandfather Abel, lying on the bed, undressed and snug. Pamung the targa, Mapimaranga Zimatong Kangdavida, Baba the tar lerame, Tumba lerame, Tumba Mong lerame. He rises and stands on her truck, Mahawel Lepico. Carpet, carpet, you the lepe. Mrs. Jordan definitely saw it having yes, he had a warning. I'm sure of that. Warning means he must have certain sign that something bad is going to happen to him. So I'm sure he knew it. Did he know you? Did father notice you when you entered the room? Yes, he spoke to me. Henry and I. Hoi, Baba. Did he say he had a warning? Did he say that something was troubling him? He had certain problems. Mongon the warning him Henry and I, no. He said, Henry, would you mind taking my boots off? Henry na ay boots I forgot before I got into bed. Henry ay tumba changdrikanda Pamunda changdrikanda ay boot lok topa korome. Will you please take my boots off and hire me mana? Mrs. Slater na, he must have been wondering. Ma koi chat chalo halak poi gani. Wondering si koi gi tonga tonga meaning artha hanai ko. He must have been wondering. He must have been in you see. He must have been having certain kind of you see losing senses. Ma gyan mangbu eram bayai gan han be zoyawi adabu. Sumai hai si. But tonga phamung da khali hada Elizabeth ki reaction se kaino koi chat chalangani wadi adu phamung da khalamani phamung da molamani mamang da so haigre Elizabeth is dead crying. She notices the least speck of dirt madi yam munni yangan mani kupni yangan mani amot bu kitang pakpaya da bani haigi bako aduna just remember that. And what Elizabeth is saying is that father must have been going all around and he must be going into the bed, going on the bed, and the bed must be dirty. Molangani kung amot patunga ka habani ba. And then, no, he had got them all right. Kashutorum deda na hai. Mrs. Slater na hai. And when we had finished dinner, chak to okanda, I thought I would take a bit of something on the tray. Chak to aina tray dane ko. Babagi ke nom chan ma pokat ke na khalure. I was in kanda. He was lying there for all the world as if he was asleep. Matum badam tale rami. So I put the tray down on the bureau. Tray do bureau bataga thamure. Correcting herself. Ma hai bada soidokre. Bureau they have already taken it down. Ma thamida the chest of drawers ni. So correcting herself, she says, on the chest of drawers, and went to waken him. Babagi chana bathakna bada pukhalaga. Bureau da thamure. Oh sorry, chest of drawers da thamure. Adi baba hudo pachatore. He was quite cold. Ma do sad ingale me. And then I heard Amelia calling for me. The Amelia na ikaure, and I ran upstairs. I chenkale. Mrs. Slater, of course we could do nothing. Saying hai bada koi kari na tawang magdabani. Mrs. Zodan, he was gone. Malay ki dreko, sireko. There was not any doubt. Maduri came to chingan nga late. Okay, ngang sang sige disibaw tawasi matamlo silak leko.